WNBA Hall of Famer Sheryl Swoopes leaks screenshots of alleged texts with Caitlin Clark. "I made a mistake." Sheryl Swoopes was recently absent from her regular duties as a broadcaster for one of Caitlin Clark's games. WNBA Hall of Famer and current Dallas Wings broadcaster Sheryl Swoopes responded to a fan who accused her of being unfair to Caitlin Clark with screenshots of alleged text messages. Swoopes' post on Monday showed 3 images of her messages with a contact named Caitlin Clark that she claims took place on February 5th. The first image showed Swoopes apologizing for an incorrect statement about the length of Clark's college career earlier this year. "Hey Caitlin, I wanted to personally reach out to you and say I made a mistake on what year this is for you. COVID year has me all confused," Swoopes wrote. "I also have nothing but respect for you and your game and appreciate your skill. Congrats on everything you have accomplished thus far. Be blessed." The next 2 messages show Clark thanking Swoopes for reaching out and her contributions to the WNBA, and Swoopes returning another message that proclaimed appreciation. Swoopes' apology was for an incorrect statement she issued in an appearance on the Gil's Arena podcast with former NBA star Gilbert Arenas in February. Swoopes incorrectly said that Clark stayed in college for 5 seasons and that she took over 40 shots per game, while discussing the topic of how Clark broke the NCAA's all-time basketball points record her senior year in 2023. But Clark played just 4 seasons while averaging just 22.7 shots per game en route to the record. She didn't need a 5th year or even 22.3 shots per game to score the most points of any basketball player, men's or women's, in college history. Swoopes, who was the first player to be signed in the WNBA with the Houston Comets in 1997, was removed from her regular post as Dallas Wings color commentator for the team's game against Clark's Indiana Fever on Sunday. Swoopes has fired off several responses to posts on that have referenced her interactions and previous statements on Clark since she was removed. Outside of the incorrect statement on Clark's collegiate career back in February, Swoopes has made several other comments about Clark that have drawn criticism. Swoopes recently praised Chicago Sky player Diamond DeShields after a game in which DeShields fouled Clark to the floor, committing a flagrant 1 foul. It was only the latest in a series of controversial fouls the Sky committed on Clark in their 4 meetings this year. Hours after DeShields committed the foul, she posted a screenshot of her notifications list on Instagram, which included a string of hate comments from a user referencing a spinal cord tumor DeShields overcame in 2020. Swoopes wrote, "Head up, kid. Hate will not win. You are covered and ain't nothing these evil people can do about that. All love for you." In a post in response to DeShields after the Sky's loss to Indiana on Friday. In an August episode of her podcast Queens of the Court, Swoopes did not name Clark as a reason for the recent improvement of the Fever. Swoopes only praised Aaliyah Boston, Kelsey Mitchell, and Lexi Hall. However, Clark has been the team's leading scorer during its win stream and is already one of the top scorers in the WNBA. ESPN host Stephen A. Smith responded to Swoopes' statements in the episode and said the Hall of Famer was insane to do that. "Do you have any idea how that makes you look?" Smith said to Swoopes. Swoopes clapped back to Smith as soon as she could in a response on, "You talk about whomever and whatever you want on your podcast, correct? So why can't I?" Also, did you listen to the entire episode? Nope. I have a personal relationship with these players, and they deserve recognition as well.